The camera wasn't for me, it was for them. My name's Marcus, I'm 35, and I've been married to my wife Dana for 15 years. We have a 12-year-old son and, for the most part, we've had a simple, steady life together. Dana used to work as a cashier at a busy roadside gas station, the kind that becomes chaos during summer when every tourist and trucker pours in off the highway. She'd come home exhausted, often too drained for even a conversation. Intimacy. Forget it. She'd crawl straight into bed and pass out. Still, to me, she was beautiful. Dana's 37 now, but easily the most attractive woman I know. Slim waist, full curves, effortless charm. Maybe that's why I never stopped being drawn to her. Not even after all these years. I'll admit I got jealous sometimes. What man wouldn't with a wife like that? But I trusted her. Had to. Things shifted the moment her boss put her on a rotating schedule. That's when the strange little changes started stacking up. First, Dana dyed her hair, went full blonde. I didn't hate it. In fact, it looked good on her. Then came the gym obsession. She got really into fitness and swimming, hitting the pool several nights a week. I told myself she was just trying to stay healthy, maybe get her spark back. I supported it. Or tried to. Then one afternoon, while folding laundry, I found a bright red lacy thong. And not just sexy, it was the kind of lingerie that looked like it came out of a nightclub fantasy. She'd never worn anything like that for me. I asked her flat out, "So, who's this for?" She looked down and mumbled something about it being a surprise. For me. But I wasn't sure I believed her. That night I told her to put it on. She didn't hesitate. In fact, she seemed excited that I insisted. That night was wild. Passionate. Out of nowhere. Our son was staying with my parents, so we had the house to ourselves, and she took full advantage. But instead of reassurance, it only deepened my doubts. She started dressing up more. Wearing low-cut tops. Buying perfumes, fancy lotions, makeup. Her appetite for intimacy came roaring back, almost like she was trying to prove something. But it felt like I wasn't the one she was trying to impress. Anytime I asked, she'd say it was all for me, that she was trying to revive our flame. But I had this gut feeling. That's when I started snooping. I checked her phone, her email, her socials. Everything came back clean. I even got a copy of her phone records. No strange numbers, no weird messages. Still, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Eventually, I turned to a buddy at work who's a tech guy. I didn't say I suspected Dana of cheating. I just asked if there was a way to track digital footprints more discreetly. He gave me a flash drive with some stealth software and explained how to install it without triggering antivirus systems. But I got swamped at work, got home late, and never installed it that night. Instead, Dana pounced on me again. It was like I couldn't breathe without her pulling me back to the bedroom. The next morning, she left for work in a plunging top I'd never seen before. Something out of a magazine. I asked her what she was doing. Her response: "It makes me feel confident." We argued. I told her to change. Instead, she dragged me back to bed for another round. It felt more like a distraction than affection. That night, I finally installed the app on her laptop. Nothing. No hidden accounts, no secret messages. I tore through our place the next day, convinced there was a burner phone or some other clue. The only unusual thing I found: a stash of relationship books about fantasies and sexual exploration hidden in her drawer. I was spiraling. A friend noticed and asked what was going on. I told him everything. He laughed at first, but when he saw I was serious, he leaned in and said something so obvious, it felt like a slap. "Why don't you just come home early one day?" So I did. I told my boss I was feeling sick, and by lunchtime I was back in our apartment, heart pounding. I opened the door and immediately heard soft music coming from our bedroom. Not the radio. Not a playlist. Something seductive. I walked quietly toward the door, every step tightening the knot in my chest. Then I saw it. Dana. Completely naked. Dancing slowly to the music. Moving in front of a webcam. A toy in one hand I'd never seen before. She was recording or streaming something very private, very explicit. I didn't want to see more. Clap. Loud. She jumped and nearly fell off the bed, scrambling to shut off the camera. Then she started crying, full-on mascara-streaked sobs. Through the tears, she confessed everything. She'd been live-streaming herself online for 3 months. Some viewers tipped her. Yes, real money, but she swore it wasn't about that. It was about feeling alive. She said it made her feel desirable, powerful, expressive. She said it gave her confidence she hadn't felt in years. That performing gave her a rush she couldn't get from real life. Or from me. I asked her, why do you need strangers to feel sexy? Why not do it for me? She wiped her face and said something that cut deep. Because it's not the same. You see me every day. I don't. They worship me. I feel electric when I'm on camera. You don't look at me like that anymore. I couldn't breathe. I walked out onto the balcony, lit a cigarette, and tried to process the mess. She hadn't physically cheated, that much was true. But emotionally, mentally, felt like betrayal. It felt humiliating. She begged me not to leave, swore she loved only me, said she'd stop, that she didn't want a divorce. I left for a while. We spent weeks apart. But something weird happened. Missed her. Eventually we started talking again. Therapy. Long walks. Even trying new things in the bedroom. Now we experiment more, sometimes watching adult films together, pushing boundaries we never used to even talk about. And yet, I still think about that moment. Her on camera. Not for me. For them. I'm not sure if what we have now is a happy ending or just a truce. But it's real. Messy, complicated, cracked. But real. We're still figuring it out. Together.